We want to take you now to Long Beach, California. Officials are holding a press conference to discuss an oil spill off the California coast. Oil began washing ashore in the area overnight. Let's watch.
The state on-scene coordinator, Lieutenant Corbeau, will address wildlife, environment, and public volunteers. The local on-scene coordinator, Ms. Nicholson, will talk about beach closures and other local issues countywide. We also have Dr. Clayton Chow is the county health officer, so he will be here to address any questions about public health. And as I mentioned, the CEO of Amplify Energy, Martin Wilshere, is here as well. So after the brief comments, we'll go through and we'll have questions and answers. I'll facilitate that, and the person who answers the question will step forward to the mic, and then we'll go from there. So without further ado, Captain Rebecca Orr from the Coast Guard. She's the sector commander for Coast Guard Los Angeles.
Good afternoon, Captain Orr, Federal On-Scene Coordinator with the U.S. Coast Guard in Los Angeles, Long Beach. I'm going to talk to you for just a couple minutes about what we know about the oil spill that's occurring right now, what we're doing about it, and ask for your help. What we know is that yesterday morning there was a discharge of oil, of heavy crude oil, that took place. We assess about 4.5 miles off the coast of Huntington Beach and Newport Beach. It's created a very large sheen. That sheen is approaching our pristine California beaches, which I know is very upsetting to the citizens here in Southern California. We have been monitoring this sheen overnight and through the day today, as well as yesterday, using both overflights as well as onshore monitoring to detect what the extent of this oiling is. And what we know is there's a good likelihood, if you haven't seen it already, that this oil is going to approach our beaches, and we would expect that some of this oil, unfortunately, is going to land on our beaches in the Huntington and Newport areas. And that is a very dynamic situation. It's evolving as we speak, as we continue to get assessments. And we will keep you updated regularly as we get more information. We do have both on-water and onshore operations ongoing right now. We have boats deployed that are recovering oil that is able to be recovered. And we have teams, shoreline assessment teams on the shore that are assessing where that oil is landing. We've also put protective strategies in place. We use something called BOOM that protects sensitive sites that are pre-identified with this boom that will cause the oil to move in one direction where it can be collected and perhaps reduce the impact to the beach. But again, very dynamic situation, a lot of assessment going on. I'm here with our members of the Unified Command. These are tried and true public safety professionals and first responders. We train on this on a regular basis, and there's extensive experience here in oil spill response, and we are all here together to do the best we can to minimize the impact of what is likely going to be a sustained response. We're going to ask for your help. You'll be hearing from several of our public safety officials today. Ask for your help with heeding the beach closures that you're going to hear about. We're going to ask for your help in terms of reporting oiled wildlife and any impacts where you actually see the oil in the water or you see the oil coming on shore. We're going to share an email address with you, as well as a phone number to our command post. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Christian Corbeau. I'm a patrol lieutenant with California Department of Fish and Wildlife, Office of Spill Prevention and Response. I'm here today assisting with the U.S. Coast Guard and the responsible party in managing this incident. My office has Pollution Response Authority, and we are a public trustee for managing California's wildlife and habitat and California's precious resources. At this time, we have SCAT teams out on the beaches, surveying, assessing the beaches for any wildlife that may be impacted or oiled. And what we're asking for from the public is your patience and your eyes. If you happen to see any wildlife or impacts to the beaches, please don't attempt to touch the oil, don't attempt to capture the animals. Please just call us. We have a reporting hotline, and I'll share that hotline number with you. It is 1-877-823-6826. If you call that number, report we will get teams on that situation. I just want to ask for your patience, and I appreciate the community, the public, assisting us in this response. Natural resources for California is our top priority, and we're here to do everything we can. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. I'm Katrina Foley. I'm the Orange County Supervisor for District 2. My district includes the cities of Seal Beach, Huntington Beach, and Newport Beach, amongst other cities. These are the impacted cities, and our office, immediately upon learning about the situation, just took immediate action. I want to thank the governor for sending our Cal OES team out here. I want to thank Captain Orr for your amazing coordinated efforts, and our Orange County Sheriff's Department Harbor Patrol has done a great job of helping to make sure that we can see the severity of the impacts before we were able to get everything coordinated. So we're really appreciative of that partnership. And then I have been on the ground at the river jetty. I know that the cities of Huntington Beach and Newport Beach and their fire and marine response teams have done an incredible job. What I've been saying to people is it's so important that we avoid the beaches. We all love our beaches. We live in Southern California because of this amazing paradise here. However, I was there for a few hours today, and even during that time, I started to feel a little bit of my throat hurt, and you can feel the vapor in the air. I saw what I'll describe as little pancake clusters of oil along the shoreline, and I've described it as something like an egg yolk. If you push it, it kind of spreads out, and so we don't want people to disturb those little clusters so that the cleanup can be more easily maintained. I also, the silver lining in all of this is that we now have amazing technology. We have great coordinated efforts. We are much better at bringing people together and responding quickly to mitigate the additional impacts and mitigate the damage. I remember as a girl growing up, visiting Santa Barbara Beach with my dad, always coming home and removing the tar off of my feet with oil. It was just normal part of life. Well, that's not normal for Californians anymore, and it shouldn't be. So we need to be aggressive in cleaning this up, and I'm glad to see that the responsible parties are here, and I'm just here to help. I want to repeat that number for identifying wildlife. Please don't go down to the beach and try to help. We will have information about how you can sign up in a coordinated way to help to volunteer, because we are dealing with something toxic. The number for reporting wildlife, again, is 877-823-6826. I also want to thank our Orange County Health and Environmental team for making sure to get out there right away. The county is building a berm up in the Talbot area so that a sand berm and a barrier, if you will, to prevent the salt water from moving into our marshes. The oil has already infiltrated many of our wetlands in Huntington Beach and the Talbot area, and we want to do everything we can to prevent it from intruding into that area even further. So my office will be monitoring the situation, and we will be all hands on deck until we don't have to be anymore. So thank you all for being here and helping us spread the word to avoid the beaches. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Tom Umberg. I'm state senator representing the areas that are impacted by the spill. Here are our priorities. Number one, making sure that there is as little damage to the health and safety of humans as is possible. Number two, making sure there is as little damage to wildlife and animals as is possible. Number three, then, is property damage. It is critically important that those who want to help do so by staying away from the beaches, Newport and Huntington Beach. Critically important. Number two, if you want to volunteer to help, we welcome that. We'll let you know. Give us some time, have some patience. We're happy to have you come down and help with wildlife. Number three, if you see any impact, if you see wildlife that are impacted, call the Department of Fish and Game. Don't try to rescue that animal yourself. Thank you all. Thank you, the first responders. Thank you, the Coast Guard. Thank you, the Department of Fish and Game. Thank you.
Thanks, Senator, for that. One thing I wanted to add, there will be some questions, obviously, about wildlife. At this time, we've confirmed one oiled duck, a ruddy duck, that's receiving veterinary care right now at one of our oiled wildlife care facilities. Further wildlife reports are being evaluated. At this time, we have one confirmed ruddy duck that has been oiled. All right, we'll proceed with the county.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Molly Nicholson. I'm the Public Information Manager for the County of Orange. Thank you all for being here today. Obviously, this is a very challenging day for the County of Orange and obviously our city partners that are in and around Orange County. It's important for the general public to understand the beach closures that are present at this time, and know that this information will change, and we will keep you updated and monitored as far as the information is concerned. At this time, Huntington Beach does have a closure from Seaport Drive to the Santa Ana River. Newport Beach does not have a closure at this time, but does have a soft closure from Tower 44 to the Santa Ana River. Obviously, we're monitoring the situation very closely. Our public works staff, as Supervisor Foley mentioned, has been out there putting up berms. Our healthcare agency is obviously monitoring for the healthcare and welfare of all of our county's residents. We encourage county residents to keep apprised of information that will be coming out to you in the following few hours and the following few days. But again, please stay safe. And make sure you're aware of your surroundings if you're out at the beach. Thank you.
Thank you all. I'm Martin Wilshere, President and CEO of Amplify Energy. Let me first start by saying we are fully committed to being out here until this incident is fully concluded. We are working collaboratively with the Coast Guard, the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, numerous state agencies, and the local communities to help with all of the recovery efforts. We currently have divers on location at the potential source site. We are investigating the source and potential cause of this incident. Like I said, we will continue to work with Unified Command to ensure that this recovery effort is concluded as quickly as possible. Let me just say also, our employees live and work in these communities, and we're all deeply impacted and concerned about the impact on not just the environment, but the fish and wildlife as well. We will do everything in our power to ensure that this is recovered as quickly as possible, and we won't be done until this is concluded. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Clayton Chow. I'm the Orange County Healthcare Agency Director as well as the County Health Officer. I just want to briefly talk about the health advisory that we're going to be issuing this afternoon. First thing first, as you heard from our previous speakers, we're strongly advising all of the residents to refrain from any activity on the beach like swimming, surfing, biking, walking, as well as gathering at this time. And we will keep you updated at the condition, because we do know that oil spill affects human health directly as well as indirectly. Some of the direct contact is touching the oil products or tars, and previous speaker has talked about it could cause skin irritant and could get absorbed into the skin. And the other thing is inhaling the vapors. And as you know, some of the products of the oil could evaporate into the air and spread depending on the wind. And so people might experience symptoms such as irritation to the eyes, the nose, throat. You can get dizziness, vomiting, etc. So if you experience any symptom like this, especially individual with respiratory disease, the elderly and children, please contact your family doctor or call 911 immediately. Like I said, we will issue the health advisory very soon this afternoon with more detail. Another number I want to give you is if you have any inquiry about the oil spill, you can call 714-834-2000, 714-834-2000. And so thank you for your cooperation, and the health agency and I will keep you updated with more information. Thank you so much.
We're going to get to questions next, but before I do that, I just wanted to give you guys some phone numbers and emails. So the email for the Joint Information Center, if you have any questions, we prefer you send it via email, and that email is newportbeachoilspill2021@gmail.com. The Joint Information Center hotline is 562-577-4457. And there has been a number set up for claims if the public's looking to make a claim. That number is 1-866-985-8366. And it's pipeline incident 500547. So we have a few minutes for questions. We've all been super busy, obviously. We want to get these commanders back in the room to facilitate the rest of the cleanup. So without further ado, if you have some questions, yes? I know there were multiple reports made for this incident, people that either observed sheen on the water. So there were multiple reports made. The report that brought the Unified Command came in at 9:10 yesterday morning. It's still under investigation. There's a lot that's still under investigation at this point. So, hopefully we'll have more in the coming hours and days. Right now we have divers that are actually assessing the pipeline and any areas underwater. We're still not certain what the source is at this time. It's still under investigation, so all of the information is preliminary information, but we are still assessing to look for a source and figure out. It doesn't appear there's further fuel leaking, but we're still working on identifying that.
When was the facility built and how old is the plant?
I'll defer to CEO on that one.
These facilities were built in the late 70s and the early 80s. The pipeline has been maintained since then. We've owned it for approximately 9 years. And so, like I said, that's approximately 25 to 30 years old.
When was the last inspection?
It is on a routine every other year inspection of smart pigging and external sonars. Those have been meticulously maintained throughout our ownership of the asset, and like I said, we pigged it last week, for example. So, like I said, it has been maintained, and we are investigating if the pipeline is the source of this, how this happened. We notified the Coast Guard Saturday morning when we were doing a line inspection. We noticed the sheen in the water.
Is there a valve that's actually been turned off? And if not, what has caused this flow to be less now than it was 24 hours ago?
So the pipeline was suctioned at both ends to kind of keep all the crude out of the pipeline. There wasn't a lot of crude in the pipeline, but like I said, we have tried to keep everything obviously from being able to go to the source, and like I said, that's what we know at this time.
Is it still estimated 126,000 gallons or more?
I don't expect it to be more. That's the capacity of the entire pipeline. Yeah.
Any other questions?
As far as
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. No Espanol, sorry. Sorry about that. You want to talk about that, Molly? They're asking what the soft closure is. You guys want to kind of move up a little bit? I think
Yeah,
that'd
it's
be
a little
easier.
bit hard to hear.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear.
Okay.
Soft closure at this time means it's not actually, the beach is not closed, but it's currently, we're asking individuals that are in that area to actually not go into the water at the present time. So that's Newport Beach. But Huntington Beach, as the areas I mentioned, is closed, obviously, for the beaches as well as in the water.
And as far as the wildlife is concerned, given reports of wildlife being killed at the
Well, California has one of the best oiled wildlife programs in the world. It's an internationally renowned program, and so those folks were activated. They're on scene, they're monitoring for any wildlife impacts, and like I said, so far we have the duck that was oiled, and it's receiving veterinary care at this point. So any further assessments will continue for the rest of the day, and as long as the response lasts.
So has wildlife been killed though? Has any wildlife been killed that you know
Nothing confirmed at this time, just the one duct that's been confirmed oiled is what we've got confirmed. So we will work with you to get more information as it becomes available. Any other questions? Yeah.
I was wondering for the Supervisor Foley, some members of the public are saying that the officials were slow to close, shut this down because of the air show being probably in.
Sure. I don't think that's true. I think that the situation was evolving. The city of Huntington Beach, under the leadership of Mayor Carr and their Marine Safety Division, Chief McCoy, they worked very quickly to assess the situation, find out from the Coast Guard and from the responsible party what would be the extent of the damage, and literally in a few hours made the decision to stop the air show. And so I do think that was the right decision, and I don't think there was any delay intentional. It's just a matter of gathering the facts and making a responsible decision, giving the significant impact that it would have on the economy and the operators. I think that'd be Dr. Chow. He's asking if people who went to the air show on Saturday would have been exposed and would have needed to be notified. I don't think it came up to the shoreline on Saturday.
That's
but
correct.
You can...
Yeah, so as my understanding is that the oil spill did not come up to the shoreline yet until late last night. But as I mentioned earlier, we will issue a health advisory this afternoon as well to inform the public should they have any problem. Thank you.
What happens to the oil once it's captured? Is it able to be refined, or is it waste, or what?
So when the oil is captured, if it's successfully captured, it's treated as through a hazardous material disposals process. We can get back to you with specifics. Right now, we're looking at an area that covers primarily Huntington beaches down to Corona del Mar.
And as far north as Wilshere?
Yes.
Do we know exactly what is leaking, like exactly what it is? And was it the pipeline from the platform underground in the ocean, or was it from the platform to the shoreline? Where was the pipeline? Where is it?
So we have 3 platforms. This is a processing platform, Platform Ellie. It is a 17.5-mile pipeline to the shore. It is about 4.5 miles off the shore is where the potential source of the leak occurred. It is heavy crude oil that is pumped through that pipeline.
Is there a valve or kind of something where there
It was shut down, yes.
When
Like,
was the valve?
Saturday night.
The valve was shut down?
Yes.
That pipeline?
Yes.
It's not like some media outlets
Like I said, we're still investigating whether it's a leak, a more substantial leak. We don't know yet until the divers have a chance to go down there and really investigate.
How deep is the well?
The pipeline's on the bottom, so it's about 80 to 100 feet down.
What about the wells or oil fields now?
The wells are further. Like I said, it's a long way away from the wells themselves. It all comes into one processing platform, and then it's just one pipeline to the shore. So it's produced from a number of wells, but these are a dozen miles at least away. Sure. Last name is Wilshere, Willsher. First name is Martin, Martyn. Dozens. There's 70 or so wells. Yeah. So it's all. There's 2 producing platforms, and then they connect into a processing platform where the water is separated, and we reuse the gas, and it's just crude oil that's sent to the shore. Everything is shut down.
One other thing I wanted to add too about, we've had some questions about sensitive habitat in the area. That's our priority. California Fish and Wildlife actually has strategies on the books that we've developed ahead of time to protect those sites. So we had the containment boom around those areas. So we're working as a priority to protect the most sensitive habitat in the area, which is the Bolsa Chica wetlands, obviously, among others. So just wanted to put that out there. Any other questions? Anyone else?
Is there any area where it's more than others? It would be Huntington,
I want to take that, Captain. Is there an area that's worse? Is it Huntington Beach or Newport Beach?
We are still very much in assessment phase. I'm sorry, who asked the question? Very much in assessment phase, so it wouldn't be accurate to characterize one as worse, better than the other. I think we're very much still investigating and determining what the impact is, and we will continue to see impact.
No, not at all. This is, we've been committed to actually putting capital into this asset, and like I said, it has been well maintained through pandemics and whatnot. So, like I said, we need to investigate how this happened.
How much is the company leasing for these platforms?
Right now, honestly, it's not really that material to, right now what we're focused on is getting everything rectified and remedied and the recovery efforts completed. We are, like I said, we supply to one of the local refineries, and so, like I said, I think they'll have to, find another source for however long this impact continues.
Dr. Chow, the phone number that you gave.
Yes, ma'am.
For the public, if they have health questions about the spill.
Or any question, that's the county guidelines. Yeah, that's correct. Yes, thank you. You want me to repeat the number again? 714-834-2000. Very simple. Thank you.
Yeah, Christian, you want to talk about that?
So at this time, we have teams of scientists out there reassessing what we have. A lot of it's going to be onshore, but we're going to have teams out there offshore as well. Like you said, it takes time to really realize impacts to marine mammals. Sometimes birds will get oiled and may not show any impacts for 2-3 days later, right? They start having issues with thermic issues, right? So they start getting cold, wet. They can't waterproof properly. So that's yet to come. We're hoping we have minimal impacts, but we're preparing for the worst. Thank you.
That was California officials giving an update on the oil spill near California's southern coast. Beaches in the area are being closed because of the spill. It's not clear how long the cleanup will take. We're going to take a quick break, but we've got a lot more news ahead. You're streaming CBSN, CBS News, always on.